that why even bother approach, that sounds like the New York Mets attitude to everything, man. I'm still on strike. It's been a week. I did look at some Mets merch that I was really excited for.
Stop. I thought you were boycotting.
No, I am, but you could look. You could look. I think of like dry January. You still could ask what kind of, hey, what's in that drink?
You're
Stuff
window
like that.
shopping. I
So
get it. I
yeah,
get it.
of course, of course. But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, Yamamoto went to Steve Cohen's house, and he cooked him a fine Italian dinner. I bet, because that's what he gave to Lindor when he was there. They had
Mm.
chicken parm. Uh, and then seconds later, you know what this man does?
Oh, I know what he does, but tell everybody else what he did.
Freaking calls the Yankees, bro. That's just crazy. That's crazy. That's like taking a girl to a nice steak dinner and then she calls Corey.
Never happened. That's never happened before,
That's
by
never
the way.
happened. We definitely have feuded, or at least
I
competed,
yeah.
but it's never that exact instance has never happened for sure.
So
Uh,
I don't want you to get all down like you did last week because the Mets are still very much in the running for this man. First of all,
mm,
Yamamoto's Yoshi's agent, Joel Wolf, is the same one that represents Diaz. He's the same one that represents Senga. So,
mhm.
in my opinion, he almost has a foot in the door just for in that aspect alone. And yeah, he went to Cohen's house in Connecticut. He met his wife. He met Mendoza, the Hefner, the pitching coach. He met with all these people, but I think he's just exploring his options. He met with the Yankees, he met with the Dodgers, who, after going over last week, how Otani's contract is structured, they can 100% afford him. They've very, very public about wanting to pursue him and having both of those starters in their mix. So the Dodgers is what scares me more as a Yankee fan than possibly the Mets scooping up. And I think that you should be more concerned in the same with the Dodgers scooping him up over the Yankees. What's crazy though, Mike, is I don't know if you read, apparently, or so they say, I don't know who they is. There's like five or four more teams that are still big competitors in the Yoshi Yamamoto market. Like
Yeah, the
they're saying the Giants, the
right.
Red Sox. Like, come on. Like, is
Yeah,
that anything that we're even going to blink at? The Phillies. Like, the
yeah. The
Phillies can't afford that.
the Phillies just gave their offer today, and they kind of knew, hey, look, you got to be in it, right? This guy killed it in the Olympics, got his country a gold medal, did amazing in the World Baseball Classic, got his country the gold medal again. So I mean, it's a long time coming to the states, but also like there is a risk, and nobody's really talking about it because he's such a great pitcher. But there is an absolute risk, and that risk is the ball is different in Japan. It's got a lot more grip. There's no rosin regulation, so like they literally throw a cloud of dust at you, and there's a lot of other stuff that you have to consider, and even just from blisters on his fingers and stuff. Like this could be a little harder of a transition than most, and granted, Senga seems to have really found himself in the states, and so has Otani. But there's been plenty others that have went one way or the other, like Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
You saw him go overseas and stink.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I remember talking to Todd and just saying it's not so much. I know there's definitely no regulation on the rosin, but there's
Mm.
definitely um, it's different. It's like a different texture. It's like a different quality over there, right? Isn't that what
Mm.
he was saying?
Yeah, the ball almost has like feels like a basketball. Like it's got like a grip on it to the point. He's like it felt great. It felt great to throw and stuff like that. So I do wish the American the Major League Baseball would start to inherit some of these things from
Hmm.
from Japan. But right now, like yeah, it's a little bit of a different game, and it could so buyer beware, I guess, for that part. But it doesn't
Yeah.
seem to be slowing the market down at all. Like we're
And I mean,
talking.
other than the performance risk too, like just with those minor changes, you still have the risk of injury. Like I know he's 25 years old, but that's not completely out of the realm of something crazy happening. You're
No.
investing this money. I mean, look at what happened to Otani. I know the market never dipped on him because you knew what he can do, but I feel like I don't know. I'm a huge gambler. I like that, but it's like, how much money are we really going to throw at this guy?
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get north of 300 million, probably like
Easily,
380.
easily,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, probably. I keep hearing 380. I keep hearing there's a gap between what the Mets have offered and what the Yankees have, but now I'm hearing that the gap's not too far off.
It
So
can't be. Cohen's not
yeah,
scared to spend money like that's. I don't believe that for a
right.
heartbeat.
No, no, no. He's the one. He's going to be the highest bidder. He's going to be the highest bidder, and I'm certain of that. So I think the gap is between what Cashman is responsibly offering
Hmm.
with the Steinbrenners and what Cohen is passionately offering. But again, we've seen this a lot of times in the early infancy of the Cohen dynasty, or taking over. Teams use him to run up the price, and then get go to the team they want to. So if you're the Yankees, what's your number one, 2 sentences, your sales pitch to Yamamoto?
Well, I'll tell you what their sales pitch was, and I don't know how strong it actually is or what it meant to Yoshi, but I know first of all, Cashman saw his no hitter in person. They sent a scout this past year's no hitter. I think it was in September, September
Yeah,
9th. Um, they sent scouts to every single one of his games for the entire year. They kind of toted around the fact that they've had very successful Japanese baseball players. You got Tanaka, you got Suzuki, you got Matsui, Kuroda. So they kind of had that whole parade of, hey, look, these are successful baseball players that have been with our organization, that have loved being with our organization. So you're going to love it too. And they did. And I thought this was cute, but they left number 18, his number, open all of last season. And it still remains open, kind of like, like shining a light on his locker. Like,
yeah,
this is yours. Here you go. Like, use this. But I just don't think that's enough, man. I don't. I don't think to me, he shouldn't care about any of that. He should definitely care about how he's going to fit in a ball club,
right.
but I don't think he cares. You're really going to care about your number, man? You're about to make $500 million. Like,
Yeah,
that can't be appealing to you over everything else.
right. And also the global market, right? Of all just this is gonna be, he could be Otani of the East. Granted he's
Hmm.
just a pitcher, but I mean he's that type of level. He's must see TV. I mean, and we've already been following him, like I said, with the Olympics and with the World Baseball Classic. So, yeah, I'm shocked you didn't mention 27 rings, because you never ever. The coolest part about like the Yankee fan base is no one will ever have to Google how many championships the Yankees have won, because it's mentioned every time you talk to a Yankee
That's
fan.
why you don't have to
So,
mention it when you're pitching,
but
Yoshi. He
it
knows.
so to counter your Yamamoto,
Do it. Do it.
I would mention that, yeah, you had Hideki Matsui, and if he was on the New York Mets, there would be a goddamn statue
Hmm.
the size of Godzilla right outside, right? Because he was that level of a freaking
It
player,
was great.
and
Yeah.
but you get lost in the sauce, which is the Yankee brand. So if I'm the Coens, I'm saying, hey, you could come over here, you could be a legend, or you could go over there and just be another, amazing player on their shelf. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't
nobody's
know. I
bigger
mean,
than that brand. Nobody's bigger than that brand. Not even
right.
Babe Ruth. That would be my one knock against it. Is it's such a machine that you guys got Juan Soto, and it's like anywhere else I feel like it would have the buzz of, and it feels like you just signed, no offense to him, but it's like Johnny Damon to that level of you know
Well,
all
I
stars.
I think because I think because the brand is so big, I think it is
Mm-hmm.
people they're like, I'm excited to join the team. You know what I mean? Like
No.
it's like, and this is gonna sound crazy. It's like you're stepping into history. You're stepping into greatness. You're like, oh my God, I'm a Yankee. You know what I mean? Because it's got that
Yeah.
clout that goes along with it. Um,
But
I
also,
think that's what guys look at.
on a reverse, if I'm the Dodgers, if I'm the Mets, I'm throwing extra money towards Yamamoto, because the Yankee brand is already global, right?
Hmm.
I guarantee you that New York logo is everywhere in Japan. I could go anywhere in Japan right now and find a Yankee hat. I guarantee that. I could
Without a
go,
doubt, easily,
yeah,
easily.
almost to every country in on the
I'm willing to
globe.
bet in every lid store around the
Mhm.
United States, no matter what state you're in, there's more Yankee hats and style Yankee hats for sale than any other sports team.
Yeah, and so this would allow another team to have that global, and I know the Dodgers already have it now with Otani. You're going to
Hmm.
see those that Dodger blue everywhere,
Hmm.
but this would allow the Mets now to have that global impact because I think it was in Brazil. I can't remember fully, but Jay Z did one of his music videos like in one of the islands, and he had to wear a Met hat because they didn't have a Yankee hat anywhere in
Oh,
existence. Yeah, so he
Izzy
rocks a
would
Met hat.
never. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, he did. He did. He did.
Oh
So it
God.
felt good. It felt good. Felt
Oh
real good.
God.
It's my
I need
favorite
to
music
shower
video, even though
now.
I
It
don't
feels
remember the song.
awful. Yeah.
I'll find out. It was a documentary type song. I'll find it. I'll find it out. I think it was for 444. Um,
Oh, maybe. It's just crazy. It's like I just feel like Queens never gets the respect that it might demand or deserve. Like I even
mhm.
think of like your superheroes. Like you think of like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's from Queens, big
Yeah.
Met fan, doesn't leave Queens. He just
Mhm.
fights crime there. Doesn't go, you know what I mean? Like it's just I
Yeah.
feel like it's just always the Debbie Downer of the rest of the sports New York world, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of hope he stays somewhere in New York, whether it's the Mets or the Yankees. I don't want to see another widely talented baseball player go over to the West Coast because it's going to start to be like the NBA now, where it's just the West is just going to dominate the East no matter what, and then
Yeah.
it's not going to be fun to watch. And like I said before, man, the Dodgers scare me. There's just something about like we all said it last week. Like I don't understand why they would structure a contract like that. Like I mean, other than tax purposes, which is smart on Otani's end, I just it's looking at it more and more. It's just opening my eyes, saying like that's a huge possibility. I would almost say a shoe in now. To me, if I'm the Dodgers, that's the pitch right there. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
come join the second best pitcher in the world right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you have a 1-2 punch, and it's just no one's gonna be able to stop it.
They got another video from Kobe Bryant to help him close the
I know.
deal. Like,
Was that true? Was that
it
like a
is true.
real thing?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know what my partner here is talking about, apparently um years ago, was it years ago? Kobe was showing Otani
Yeah.
around and trying to
Well,
convince him to go to the Dodgers.
yeah. When Otani first hit the U.S. market,
Hmm.
Kobe uh, cut a video to for them to present to Otani, and they never got to show it to him. And it was about the winning in L.A. and the importance of the culture in the city, and so they got to share that with him. And I think that's uh, was a huge selling point for
Imagine,
Otani.
imagine he watches that video and he's still like, nah, no thanks. Like, is that disrespectful to Kobe? I don't know. I
Right.
just don't
Also,
know.
yeah. Also, yeah. If that leaks out and be like, "Yo, even Kobe couldn't get you him," like that's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible if that would have happened. Oh man, stop
All right.
laughing.